Good afternoon. We are delighted to welcome everyone to the Convocation ceremony for the Northwestern Pritzker School of Law Class of 2026. As we begin, I wish to extend a special welcome to the family and friends of our graduates who are here in person with us today and those who are joining us remotely from around the world. It's also our pleasure to welcome our special guests, this year's Convocation speaker, Ernest Greer, JD Class of 1991, co-president of Greenberg Traurig LLP, as well as his wife Patrice, family and friends, as well as Eugenia Castrillon Martinez Bordio, Vice Dean at IE Law, our partner school in Madrid. Today, we are honoring and celebrating an extraordinary achievement: our graduates' successful completion of a rigorous legal education program. Graduates, we are here to celebrate your accomplishments, your hard work, and your perseverance. You have done so much to get here, and you made it, and we are so proud of you. This year marks the 166th class to graduate from Northwestern Pritzker Law, and it includes 518 graduates from 8 degree programs: Juris Doctor, Joint Juris Doctor, Master of Business Administration, Master of Laws, Master of Laws in International Human Rights, Master of Laws in Taxation, Executive Master of Laws, Master of Studies in Law, and Master of Science in Law. Our graduates come from around the United States and 34 jurisdictions around the world, and they have already accomplished so much during their time in law school. They have published scholarship and collaborated with our faculty on scholarly projects. They have made an impact through the Bloom Legal Clinic, working with struggling families, supporting the right to vote, and advocating to exonerate people who are wrongly convicted. They have had competitive success across a range of moot court and trial team competitions. This graduating class collectively gave almost 9,000 hours of their time to public service. And they read the great case of Pennoyer versus Neff, which I'm sure is exactly what they are thinking about as they prepare to graduate from this law school. Following graduation, our students will make their impact in the United States and around the world at major law firms, at businesses, in governments, and in public interest organizations. Our graduates will be clerking for federal and state court judges in 17 states, plus the District of Columbia. MSL graduates will bring their integrated law, business, and STEM knowledge to many fields. And our LLM tax graduates will embark on careers as tax attorneys at law firms and accounting firms, and within government and academia. It is important at this milestone moment to recognize the people who supported our graduates to this day and who will be there for them as they go forward. We also want to acknowledge those who are not able to be with us today. We know, as each of our graduates knows, that the love and unfailing support of family and friends, particularly during challenging times, have played a crucial role in getting them to today. Looking ahead, the class of 2026 has an opportunity and a responsibility to take their degrees and make a difference in the world. The class of 2026 faces a rapidly changing world as legal professionals and legal systems grapple with the role of emerging technologies. Artificial intelligence is already transforming legal practice. But you, class of 2026, will be successful because you can embrace these changes and because you have the skills to succeed in any environment. And there's one more reason I know you will succeed, and that is because you have the entire Northwestern community behind you, your fellow students, your professors, and our wonderful network of alumni. Speaking of alumni, it is my great honor to introduce today's keynote speaker, Ernest Greer. Ernest is co-president of Greenberg Traurig LLP, an international law firm with more than 3,000 attorneys across 51 locations worldwide, as well as being chairman of the firm's Washington, D.C. office. A highly respected business attorney and national leader, Ernest has played a central role in guiding the firm's strategic direction while reinforcing a culture rooted in excellence, collaboration, and service. Ernest's leadership journey began at Harvard University, where he attended as a work-study student. He went on to earn his law degree from Northwestern Pritzker School of Law, where he received a full scholarship, was an NU Fellow, and was a member of the Black Law Students Association. Widely admired within the legal profession, Ernest is equally known for his deep commitment to civic life. He has long used his platform to advance education, healthcare, civil rights, and the arts. In 2014, he made history as the first lawyer to serve as chairman of the Georgia Chamber of Commerce in its more than 100-year history. He currently serves on boards of several charitable and civil rights organizations and has held leadership roles within numerous organizations in the Atlanta community. Ernest and his wife, Patrice Greer, MBA class of 1991, have been married for over 3 decades and raised 2 daughters, Kendall and Lauren, JD MBA class of 2024. Ernest and Patrice's shared commitment to service has led them to support numerous cultural, educational, and health institutions together. Today, they take particular joy in family life and encouraging the next generation to lead with purpose. We are honored and delighted that Ernest is joining us today to share his insights with our graduate. Please join us in extending a warm welcome to today's speaker, Ernest Greer.
Dean Clompton, members of the faculty, honored guests, good afternoon. To the families, to the friends, to the people who helped get these graduates here, thank you for being part of this day. And to the graduating class of 2026, congratulations, this is your day. Now, I'm going to start today being very honest with you. When I was asked to stand here today, my first instinct was to say no. Not because I wasn't honored. I am, deeply. I almost said no because part of me wondered, who am I to offer wisdom? I'm still becoming a lawyer. Still becoming a husband, still becoming a father, a friend. Luckily, I was reminded of one of the most dangerous myths in life, and that is that wisdom only belongs to people who finish the journey. The truth is there is no finish line. And once you realize there's no finish line, you start looking at your life differently. Not as something to win, but something you're building. I want to tell you about a house. Not a real one, a metaphorical one, the house that is your life. This profession is going to try to convince you that your career is the whole house. That if you decorate that one room beautifully enough, make partner, win the case, get the corner office, the rest will take care of itself. Let me tell you, it will not. Your career is one room, and an important one, but there are others. And if you neglect them, you don't notice it all at once. But one day, you wake up living in a house where the lights are off everywhere else, and the rooms are empty. I've watched too many brilliant lawyers end up in beautiful careers and empty hallways. And I want better for you. So today, I want to talk about how to furnish that whole house and the decisions that are made in quiet moments that build and furnish it. Let me start with a decision that looked like a failure of sorts in the moment. I graduated from this wonderful law school in 1991 and joined Big Law following a federal clerkship at the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Sixth Circuit. Big name, joined big law, a big name, big cases, big paychecks. I wanted all of it. It was the wrong fit. Every morning, standing in my suit, I would look in the mirror and not want to go to work. When I pulled into the firm's parking garage, I would feel a knot in my stomach. And throughout the day and into the evenings, I would suffer quietly, asking myself, is this how I imagine my life? Am I becoming who I set out to be? And for a long time, I didn't have an answer I was proud of. I was afraid of falling behind, afraid and embarrassed that my classmates were succeeding while I was failing. Yet I found the strength to make the choice to leave. The founders of a 20-person law firm promised me something at the time that big law had never mentioned to me. They promised me if I were to join, they would not only make me a better lawyer, but also a better father, a better son, a better friend, a better community advocate. And for the first time, I focused on the whole house. And by that decision to leave, I found colleagues dedicated to helping me build and furnish it. 4 years later, we joined Greenberg Traurig, where I am today. Here's what I learned. It doesn't matter if the firm has 5,000 lawyers or 5 lawyers. Doesn't matter if it's a nonprofit or a legal aid or a government agency. What matters is whether you're somewhere that sees you, challenges you, respects and appreciates you, believes in you, and gives you room to become. Don't confuse prestige with privilege, with fit. They are not the same. Leaving taught me something I didn't expect, that success and happiness don't always show up in the same room. Now, let me warn you about something. This profession is going to try to write your definition of success before you do. And it's going to try to write your definitions of happiness too. Don't let it. Most people assume if you chase success, happiness will follow. It doesn't. You see, success is but one room in the house. Happiness is what fills the rest of it. It's the daily decision to be a little better than you were yesterday, not better than the person next to you. The moment you start measuring your success against someone else's, you've handed them the keys to your life, and they don't even know they're driving. And when you get this wrong, when success becomes the only room furnished in your house, there is a cost. I've watched more than one lawyer in this profession quietly fall apart. Not in one dramatic moment, slowly, over years, they made partner, they won cases, and they were miserable. I think of a lawyer I'll call David, brilliant, made partner early, had the kind of mind that could read a contract once and find the comma that mattered. But David wasn't just working hard, we all work hard. That's the job. David was trying to prove he was enough. Every case won was supposed to settle a question inside of him. It never did. So he reached for the next one, and the one after that. David called me one night, told me that a jury had just returned a defense verdict in his favor in a case involving 9 figures, biggest case of his life. And he said that he thought that he would feel excitement. He said he didn't. He didn't feel anything. And then he asked me a question I've never forgotten. He said, when does this start to feel like the life I thought I was building? I didn't have an answer for David. David hadn't neglected the other rooms of his house by accident. David had convinced himself that if he just furnished the career room well enough, make it impressive enough, prestigious enough, undeniable enough, it would be enough for him. It never was. No single room can hold the weight of a whole life. That is not an unusual story in this profession, and I say this gently on a day of celebration because it matters. Law carries some of the highest rates of depression and substance abuse in any career in America. And why? Because happiness is a separate decision from success. This professional will tell you happiness is waiting on the other side of hard work. Make partner, then you'll be happy. Win the case, then you'll be happy. Let me tell you, there is no other side. And when you stop chasing someone else's idea of success, you finally notice what actually makes your life feel full. Furnishing the whole house. I didn't figure that out alone. The best decision I've ever made had nothing to do with law. I met my wife, Patrice, in 1984 on the first day of undergrad. We had absolutely no idea what we were building. But I knew when I was with her, I was better, more grounded, and more whole. 42 years later, she's still the one who tells me what I need to hear, not what I want to hear. She is the choice I make every morning, and she is the reason every other decision makes sense. 2 years ago, Patrice and I stood on this very stage, not as speakers, as parents hooding our daughter, Lauren, as she earned her JD MBA. I've argued cases in front of federal judges and judges all across the country. I've stood in courtrooms and where the stakes were measured in lives. None of it prepared me for what it felt like to put that hood over my daughter's shoulders. I looked at Patrice when we did it. She looked at me, and we didn't say a word. We didn't have to. Because in that moment, I understood what your parents understand right now. That every long night, every missed weekend, every sacrifice they made to get you here was answered in the weight of that hood. So graduates, somewhere in this room are the people who got you here. They are the first room of your house. Never let those lights go out. And here's the thing about furnishing a whole house. None of us does it alone. Someone helped frame every room of mine, and someone helped frame yours. Your classmate is not your competitor. They are someone whose house you can help build. Be the person who looks at someone else and says, I see you. You belong here. Someone did it for me, and it changed the trajectory of my career. Lifting as you climb is how you build a career that matters. It is how you furnish the whole house. Now, I started today by telling you I almost said no because I wondered, who am I to offer wisdom while still becoming? Here's what I want you to carry out of this room. None of us is finished. Not me, not the lawyers ahead of you, not the lawyers beside you, and certainly not you. That is not a weakness, that is a work of a life. So don't ask whether you made it, ask whether you're becoming who you said you wanted to be. Make the next decision with clarity, with integrity, and with courage. And then make the one after that. Your story is not finished. Mine isn't either. That is not a limitation, that is a gift. So class of 2026, don't chase the title, chase the life. Don't decorate one room, furnish the whole house. Don't ask if you've arrived, ask if you're still becoming. And one day, years from now, when someone you love walks into your house and every room is lit and every room is full, you will know you did it right. Congratulations, class of 2026. Now go light it up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ernest, for sharing your wisdom with the class of 2026 and for celebrating this special occasion with us. We are extremely grateful that you said yes. We now turn to the next phase. Oh, all right, one more for Ernest. We now turn to the next phase of our ceremony, where I will introduce you to two long-standing traditions at Northwestern Pritzker School of Law. First, here at Northwestern Pritzker Law, we follow an academic tradition that dates back to the 13th century, which you can read more about in your program. After the student speakers have concluded, graduates will be called by name and will come forward and be adorned with an academic hood signifying their degree. Faculty closely involved in each degree program will help distribute the hoods. We ask that the audience stay in the theater throughout the ceremony as a sign of respect to all members of the class of 2026. The second tradition at Northwestern Pritzker Law is for the graduating class to select some of their classmates to deliver remarks. This year's class has selected 3 speakers, a graduate of our Master of Science in Law program, a JD graduate, and an LLM graduate. We will hear from them in turn, followed by the hooding of each group. We will first hear from Sarah Ellen Dean, who will also introduce the MSL class of 2026. Sarah Ellen Dean is a graduate of the MSL program in 2026. Prior to her time at Northwestern Pritzker Law, Sarah Ellen's work has been at the intersection of energy, policy, and communications. At the law school, Sarah Ellen kept a full schedule. She was a research assistant in Northwestern University's Energy Innovation Lab, served as the MSL representative to the Environmental Law Society, was a member of the MSL's advisory committee, and volunteered her free time at a crisis text line. Soon, Sarah Ellen will be moving to Washington, D.C. to continue working on energy, technology, and policy. Please join us in welcoming Sarah Ellen Dean.
Thank you, Dean Clopton, for that warm introduction. To my peers, congratulations. This moment means something special to each of us, and it is an honor to celebrate you and your achievements today. To some, this moment means being the first person in your family to attend graduate school. To others, it symbolizes your continued effort to show up for your education while working a full-time job. What graduating today means to each of you is yours, it is special, and it is worth celebrating. Last week, I sat with some of you and reflected on our time in the program. We went around the table and shared our rose and thorn of the MSL, our greatest highlight and our biggest challenge. As I listened, I heard each and every one of you say that your highlight had been the people. At that moment, it struck me just how lucky we got. This cohort has been the most sincere, uplifting, and diverse group of people I have ever been a part of. Each of us has brought something unique and irreplaceable to the program, and together we created a remarkable community. Looking back, it's clear the growth we've experienced both individually and collectively would not have been possible without each other and our vastly different backgrounds. This program has changed me in more ways than I can count, but I'd like to share with you one moment that stood out to me. At the end of orientation, almost a full year ago now, I sat with a newfound friend, and she shared with me how difficult the program orientation had been for her, to go through it in English, her second language. As we spoke, and she detailed how overwhelming it had been, she began to cry. And at that moment, her vulnerability reminded me of something important: to never assume that it is easy for anyone. Each of us came into this program with our own obstacles, and we've showed up every day despite them. Now, I know I am not the only one who is leaving the program another version of myself. Some of you came in applying to medical school, and now you're studying for the LSAT. Others have decided to take a leap of faith and enter a new field after graduation. In one way or another, each of us have been transformed, and the common denominator has been you. We have inspired each other in ways that words cannot articulate. Through conversations, friendships, arguments, and shared experiences, we have helped each other become people we may not have become on our own. So thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being yourselves authentically, for challenging each other, and encouraging each other to grow. As we begin this next chapter, I encourage each of you to lean into it, to allow yourselves to be changed in ways you cannot imagine yet. Continue to surround yourself with people like the ones you've met in the MSL, who challenge you, who support you, who push you to expand the four corners of your world. In our society, we talk about change like it is big and scary, and sometimes it is. But I believe that when we are changed, our world gets a little bit bigger. So let yourselves be changed. Let your world get bigger and see who you become because of it. If you're anything like me, all this talk about change may leave you feeling uneasy at the uncertainty ahead. While embracing change means embracing the unknown. While I cannot predict each of your futures, I unfortunately do not have a crystal ball. I have complete confidence that each and every one of you will create a beautiful and a meaningful life for yourselves. Your futures will be defined by the kindness, the strength, and the passion I have seen in each of you this year. So, my fellow MSLs, it has been a joy to walk with you, to have been changed by you, and to have grown alongside each and every one of you. Thank you. And now, will the MSL candidates please stand if you are able? Dean Clopton, members of the faculty, distinguished guests, friends, and family, it is my honor and privilege to introduce to you the 2026 candidates for Master of Science in Law. MSL candidates will now process to the stage to receive their hoods. Congratulations, class.
The candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Law, to be hooded by Professors Deborah Turkheimer, Timothy Fry, and Jeffrey Carter Johnson. Fida Jarad. Michael Haddad. Igor Mamut. Ebenezer Ebo Yankee. Glenn C. Paradise. Matthew Liam Krause. Dante Jarrell Davis. Bethany Robal. Katrina A. Ganara. Jessica Lynn Lynch. Sipara Semu. Molly M. Morage. Shravani Preki, Avantika Rajendran, William Braden McCullough, Valentina Taberas Lopez, Nathaniel Mezgebe, Ambrielle S. Briggs, Judith Adamako, Yuri S. Stapleton, Rahaf Cindy, Hadia Mohammed Zada, Bhumi Chetan Merai, Avneet Kaur Singh, Marissa Marie Perez, Anusha Amir Ali Adtani, Annie Ni Chun, Nicholas D. Cumming, Stephen M. Garcia, Florence Johua Chen, Nicholas A. Horrocks, Vanessa Sanchez, Ronald Britton, Ashley Chantal Fanor, Nena T. Mogalu, Emma Leila Raycom, John Stala Wang, Hazal Sud Jailan, Zansa Patri, Camille Jane Gaudette, Sarah Ellen Dean, Chris Kelly Lazaruk, Haley Ann Hakes, Michael Brian Hardebeck, Caitlin D. Milos, Kyle Andrew Jose Sanchez Del Rio Cooper, Margaret Ann Tran, Ryan J. Ahern, Ronald Razon Medina Jr., David Robert Samuels, Godfrey Francis Mendez, Kiran Rudraya Malich, Rebecca Lorraine Erickson, Shannon Murphy Dillon, Sanjana Pradhan, Wendy Wing Yi Lee, Lanny Hong, Quanlin Wang, Zhengyi Xian, Mohammed S. Javed, Isaiah J. Chung, Haodong Zhang, Cynthia K. Fearson, Yiwen Zhang, Yuhan Huang, Rehan Xiong, Ahmad Hadavi, Ci Yao, Tian Shuang Liang, James Curatello, Walking with Penelope, Kai Shi, Yolanda Ilyan, Rahim Dajan Bell, Walking with Naomi and Malachi, Horace A. Mitchell, Walking with Hezekiah, Charlene F. Mitchell, Walking with Hallie and Horace Mitchell III, Chung Hu Hu, Walking with Ethan, Wajira Zaira Suleiman, Walking with Qasem Haidar, Christina J. Dillahunt Aspiaga, Walking with Gabriel, End of the Master of Science in Law. Oh, okay.
Please join us once again in congratulating the 2026 candidates for Master of Studies in Law and Masters of Science in Law. It's now my privilege to introduce our next speaker, Adam Brody, who will introduce the JD class of 2026. Adam earned his undergraduate degree at Northwestern, where he studied musical theater. He spent the next several years working as a Chicago actor while also teaching music to infants, improv to elementary schoolers, math to teenagers, and communication skills to medical students. He then worked at a political research firm, assisting campaigns at every level around the country. At the law school, Adam won the 2025 Minor Moot Court Competition, served as an executive editor of the Northwestern University Law Review, and performed with both Habeas Corpus and the Wigmore Follies. Adam is also the inaugural Hari M. Osofsky Scholar, recognized for his commitment to a career in public interest. After graduation, Adam will clerk for the Honorable Amy St. Eve on the 7th Circuit, followed by the Honorable Florence Pan on the DC Circuit. Please join us in welcoming Adam Brody.
Thank you, Dean Clopton, and good afternoon, everyone. I am delighted to introduce the JD class of 2026. As you may have been able to tell from Dean Clopton's introduction, my path to law school was non-traditional. I was a theater kid growing up, and I went to college to study acting. On the day I graduated from theater school, my parents gifted me an LSAT prep book. I think mostly as a joke, but I ignored it anyway because I planned to spend my life as a performer. And that's exactly what I did until COVID hit, shutting down the entire theater industry and bringing my career to an abrupt halt. It was only then, amid that disruption, that I even began to consider other possibilities. And eventually, I rediscovered that LSAT prep book and found a new dream in law school. I've been reflecting a lot on that journey, and especially what it means to face disruption as we've gotten closer to graduation. Because we are graduating into a world marked by uncertainty and a legal system that is increasingly volatile. Over the past couple years, norms we once took for granted have broken down. Ideals we once widely shared have come under attack. Longstanding doctrines we studied in our classes have been overruled. And artificial intelligence has grown more powerful, promising to radically transform our profession. So the uncertainty is real, and it feels daunting. But I want to share what gives me hope, which is all of you, my classmates. We are ready to confront whatever comes next because our time together in law school has prepared us. Think back to your first day of law school. I remember quite well sitting in Strawn Hall at 8:45 a.m. on the first morning of my first class, Section 3 contracts. And in those minutes before Professor Markell started lecturing, the room was dead silent. We were all so unsure of ourselves and so anxious about what lay ahead. Look at all we've accomplished since then. We read thousands of pages of cases. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. Watched tens of hours of Quimby videos. We mastered convoluted doctrines like the rule against perpetuities. We wrote 30-page research papers analyzing the obscure legal issues we were nerdiest about. We got our first legal jobs, racked up hundreds of Lexus points, and made lifelong friends. Obviously, there were bumps along the way. The trauma of our first cold calls, the chaos of the pre-OCI, pre-recruitment job hunt, the turnover in our administration, and if that weren't enough, a health code violation at Harry's. But when faced with uncertainty, we rose above it, and we are stronger for it. Over the past 3 years, I've seen that strength firsthand. I am in awe of our classmates who tackled the challenges of law school while also raising young children. I am inspired by our peers who built our community by taking on demanding leadership roles. I am so proud of our classmates who spent countless hours working in the clinic, dedicating themselves to clients and to justice. And I'm so grateful to all of you for making Northwestern a place where we could strive for excellence without sacrificing kindness. Our class's passion, grit, and brilliance have brought us to this moment and will carry us through the uncertainty that lies ahead. Of course, we couldn't have gotten here alone. I'd like to start by thanking our superb faculty. We've been so lucky to learn from some of the top legal scholars in the country, and they've supported us not only as our professors, but as our mentors. I'd also like to express my gratitude to the Northwestern Law staff, from the security guards who kept us safe, to the AV troubleshooters who seemingly apparated into our classrooms whenever a projector malfunctioned. Thank you for everything you do. Finally, I want to recognize the families and friends in the audience. You all have cheered us on and provided much-needed stability, all while remaining blissfully unaware of the Erie Doctrine. I'm especially thankful for my parents and sister, who were just as eager to support my legal career as they were to support my theatrical pursuits. And I'm very grateful for my fiance, Sam, who has kept me sane and well-fed on a steady diet of study cookies. Now, as this speech began with disruption, I want to end with some direction. In theater, we have a saying, find your light. It means, quite literally, you're standing in the dark, so move over until you feel the spotlight shining on your face. I hope that law school has helped you find your light, that thing that motivates you to wake up every morning and pursue this work. But as lawyers, we are called to do more than just find light for ourselves. Our experience in law school has prepared us, more fundamentally, to be a source of illumination, to explain complicated rules, to navigate confusing systems, to speak out in the face of injustice. In dark times, we will be the light for ourselves, for our clients, and for our communities. I have faith in the future because I have faith in all of us, the outstanding JD class of 2026. Thank you. And now, will the JD candidates please stand if you are able? Dean Clopton, members of the faculty, distinguished guests, friends, and family, it is my privilege and honor to introduce to you the 2026 candidates for Juris Doctor. JD candidates will now process to the stage to receive their hoods. Congratulations, everyone.
Now, the candidates will first receive their hoods from Ernest Lamont Greer, Dean Zachary Clopton, and Associate Dean Susie Spees Roth, and they will be hooded by Professor Wendy Muchman, Professor Jason DeSanto, and Professor Annie Booth. Now, for the candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor and Master of Business Administration, Alishan Wazir Waliani, Zoe E. Zo, Sahana P. Narayanan, Ryan Netter, Megan Collins, Mac Gabriel Krell, David James Prunty, Achindra Krishna, Christopher Marquez. Bailey Heselton Street. Kyle Lewis Reswin. Connor Reed Alexander Roth. Kong Wong Yoon. Charles So. Trum Win. Katie Brittany Musial. Evan James Del Rosario Latham. Haley Marie Hartnett, to be hooded by Daniel Joseph Hartnett. Kayla S. Estine York, to be hooded by Mariah Levy. Lonnie Anthony Washington Jr., to be hooded by Andrew Stroth. Sierra Dawn Allison, hooded by Lauren Greer. And Kevon McMahon, hooded by Zakia Dillard. And that is the end of the Juris Doctor Masters of Business Administration degrees. Now the candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor: Miriam Ololade Morin. Blake Isabella Pulley. Roslyn Aries Wright. Jackson Scott Roberg Crane. Thais Elizabeth Bruslovsky. Giselle Christine Goad. Grace Elizabeth Green. Bridget Colleen Maston. Thomas D.B. Burnett. Lisa Ann Honig. Alyssa Catherine Pagano. Jessica Arevalo Dam. Rakeem Mohammed Raneem Mohammed Shamsuddin. Tara Joyce Stetler. Jalen N. Millen. Jennifer E. Ching Wei. Rohan Jit Singh. Beth Griffin. Kenneth Jacob Kavanaugh. Ashwini K. Milakote. Elena Michelle Persela. Sebastian Kim. Stephanie Mao. Austin J. Cruz. Isabella Maria Claysmith. Benjamin Jackson Woods. Ksenia Poliarskaya. Tucker Johnson. Jonathan Anthony Korger. Eric Brannon. Noah Ray Corman. Noah L. Eust. David Joshua Roizen. Keegan B. Sullivan. Sean E. Grossberger. Lucas Reinhardt Lundstrom. Antonio Maxwell Poza. Julius Chai. Benjamin Joseph Sitow. Benjamin Y. Rabin. Sofia Abdulmanova. Daniel Joseph Levine. Anthony L. Alicea Batista. Colin Michael Dawson. And for the degree of Juris Doctor, Master of Laws in Taxation, Jaden Marie Jones. Megan Kathleen Mitchell. Elizabeth James. Matthew J. McPhail. William Henry Wu. Patrick Jaffrey Teleki. Samuel Richard Launcer. Joseph W. Hung. Edward Min Sang Lee. Chloe Eda Lee. Shani Chung. Shay Eun Annie Lee. Jennifer H. Yoon. Hao Yu Dong. Si Heng Yang. Yu Chen Chao. Shi Mao Zhang. Emily Bersinski Van Kuyk. Abigail Grace Meiser. Quinlan Joy Lowe. Ashley Sophia Gummerman. Adam Reuben Brody. Sabina Idris. Xiao Yu Zheng. Sonia Francesca Spain. Sarah Elizabeth Kerpius. Lillian Patricia Piper. Tui Ann Glasgow Rodemaker. Samriddhi Anju Sharma. Purini Shailesh Shah. Mawish Asan. Daniel Angelo Maturino. Aiden Gregory Coffey. Michael Anthony Wilt. Rim Atebushir. Michaela M. Trailer. Sarah Boozy. Isabel Grace Chandler. Justin Zion Beasley. Mary Catherine Sullivan. Feng Ting Liang. Lindsay Anna Roloff. Jenna Bloom. Alexa Jo Longstaff. Shelby Madison Wasserman. Viviana Elizabeth Austin Nab. Gianna Lisa Andreoli. Kathleen Sinead Mansky. Allison Willoughby Blanchard. R. May Hyatt. Andrew Hagub de Vedran. Joseph Gavin McInerney. Farah Sofia Mavrakis. Samuel Kaplan. James Suarez. Alex Dimitri Mavrikos. Alyssa Shafali Painter. Jessica Sage Lieb. Graham Scott Lane. Joseph M. Pardo. Madison Eleanor Morgan Green. Jacqueline Olson. Javin Schwartzman. Alvina Roman. Robert Michael Montesano. Patrick Alice. John Kenneth Holtgreave. Benjamin S. Minushkin. Catherine S. Yonda. Sae Tiffany Sato. Michelina Brozek. Henry Joseph Swanson. Richard Joseph Osikowitz. Teresa Marie Rose. Natasha Alexandra Muller. Olivia Lee Danaker. Laura Alice Sajak. Angelise Denise Melendez. Kyler Isabel Dunbar. Ariana Dana Swanson. Neelan P. Menakawa. Anna Eve Darrow. Montanel Bryce Trotter Collins. Alexander Shusko. Jonathan Samuel Freeberg. Yuki Nogawa. Nikki Lee Hua. Catherine Elizabeth King. Kate Green. Jessica Shuning Trost. Hee Won An. Nav K. Murthy. Olivia Calais Babin. Dana Rose Meskin. Mahi Mahesh Patel. Grace Ann Godby. Amelia Rose Cochran. Gianna Flamini. Abigail Marie English. Catherine J. Slaughter. Sarah Catherine O'Leary. Kennedy Paige Cribbs. Isaac Daniel Jacobs. Emma Catherine Seaman. Diana Salkich. Destiny Denise Sanders. Minji Kwok. Maya J. Friedman. Austin L. Nagel. Jayla Johnson. Joshua Young. Niall Joseph Sim the Bubba. Leah Owens. Catherine Marie Powell. Grace Renee Beatles. Wait. No, she's gone. Oluwa Teni Ola Fumi Aino. Giovanni St. Rose Amankwa. Jordan Michelle Plunkett.
That wasn't on you.
It's not you. It's good, I can yell at her now. Copenhagen Alexander Elliott. Spencer James Wartner. Victoria Cabral. Samuel Teddy Singer. Caden C. Collins. Michael W. Volkert Jr. Charles R. Corey. Kobe Sampson Mendel. Peyton Lewis. John H. Berger. Jo Hung Wang. Caroline Ingrid Kulitz. Madeline Rose Faby. Joshua Daniel Morin. Ju Yuan Gu. Marcus L. Mayer. Barrett Timothy Ledvora. Isabel Bess Weber. Mark Aaron Alinsky. Sebastian Vargas. Bryce Christopher Boyd. Leah Elizabeth Summer. Sarah Mary Johannet. George William Webster. Joanna Jen Yu Ma. Fu Min Lee. Jing Wen Chen. Zhu Tong Liu. Brian I. Kahanasa. Jet Angel. Josette Alice Soto Rodriguez. Caitlin Chen. Jennifer S. Perez. Elena de Oliveira Laubi. Patricia Isabela Mariano. Maha Atif Khan. Noah Baldoff. Carmen Parkinson. Andrew Thomas Cabral. Caroline Michelle Dudlack. Natalie Kate Long. Claire Hershidi McGraw. Leah Grace Fitter. Anthony Jordan Liberatori. Donald John Scribner II. Levi Wyrick. Brittany Van Valkenburg. Reyes Ivan Galvan, walking with Arjuna and Atharvan. Lee Guan, walking with Ellie Cow. Isvelia Latham, walking with Damien. Colin Davis Thompson, walking with Zeely and Cruz. Gideon Tufor Amponsa, walking with Zenith. Diego Medrano, walking with August. And for the degree of Juris Doctor and Master of Laws in Taxation, Young Eun Kim. Abhishek Chakrabarti, walking with Shiwen, Ahan, Jaden, and Malin. Zhao Haiyang Dong, walking with, hooded by Xiaoqing Zhang. And Manning Farnsworth Snyder, hooded by Judge Beth Jantz. It was like, no, it's not you. It's like, Michael K. Dow, hooded by Judge Robert Dow. Emily M. Chrisman, hooded by Judge Amy St. Eve. Sonia Marie Swanson, hooded by Clyde Freeman. Vivian Paola Matthew, hooded by Antonia Serrano. Ariel Hasse, hooded by David Hasse. Levi Michael Goldstein, hooded by Danny Greenspan. Jalen C. Lewis, hooded by Joseph McCoy. Cameron Celeste Simpson, hooded by Malcolm Rich. Zhao Rui Chen. Faith J. Hudson, hooded by Cariana Brown. Maria Jose de la Hoz, walking with Emily, Juan Jose, and Ana Victoria, hooded by Cariana Brown. Serge Popov, walking with Marcella, and hooded by Victoria Resnick. Happy birthday, Marcella.
Can you say it's her second birthday?
Yeah, I just said it. I said it. It was like asking me to say it. Yes, it is Marcella's second birthday, I believe.
Good job.
And that is the end of the Juris Doctor degrees.
Please join us one more time in congratulating the 2026 candidates for Juris Doctor. Our final student speaker this afternoon is Philippe Ruchti-Waltensberger, who will then introduce the LLM class of 2026. Philippe is a member of the LLM class and a recipient of the Victor Rosenblum Award. During his time at Northwestern, he served on the LLM committee, organized many student events, and captained the LLM soccer team, which defeated the University of Chicago twice. Philippe holds a master's degree in law and economics, and after passing the Swiss bar, he spent 3 years at the global law firm Baker McKenzie in Zurich before coming to Northwestern. Following graduation, Philippe will return to Baker McKenzie's transactional practice group. While he has greatly enjoyed living in Chicago, he looks forward to returning to Switzerland to reunite with his wife. Please join us in welcoming Philippe Ruchti-Waltensberger.
Dear Dean, dear faculty and staff, dear LLM classmates, dear families and friends. It feels like just yesterday that we walked into Thorne Auditorium for International Student Orientation. And now, 9 months later, we are standing here in a bigger, more beautiful hall, wearing, and this is no offense to the gray law school t-shirts, slightly more festive outfits. But over this year, much more has changed than just the venue and our wardrobe. We started as 130 individuals from over 25 different countries. We came from different legal systems, different cultures, and especially different stages of life. Some fresh out of law school, others with years of professional experience, some even coming here together with their families. But despite all these differences, we quickly realized that we shared many of the same interests and challenges. We all tried to figure out the bidding system. We all struggled with US-style citations. We all experienced being cold called and slowly got used to hearing our name called at the exactly wrong time. And of course, we all became experts at finding the lunch event with the best food. We were fortunate to learn from great professors, take engaging classes, and be part of a rewarding academic environment. Outside the classroom, we explored a new city and a new country together. We discovered neighborhoods and restaurants. We played sports, went to museums and concerts. But most importantly, we got to know each other, people whose path we may have never crossed otherwise. Through all these shared experiences and interests, we became more than a group of individuals. We built strong friendships and became a community that actively contributed to the vibrant culture that makes this law school special. Whether by presenting the culture and food of our home countries at the Global Village, serving on the boards of student organizations, or sharing our professional experiences in class. We didn't just learn from professors, we learned from each other. We didn't just gain legal knowledge, we gained perspective. And we didn't just build networks, we built friendships. I am certain that each of us will leave here as a better lawyer, but more importantly, we leave with a deeper understanding of the world and the people in it. And I'm incredibly proud to be part of such an amazing class. At the same time, none of this would have been possible without the support of others. Our families, friends, and loved ones have encouraged us, supported us, and in many cases sacrificed a great deal so that we could be here today. So on behalf of the LLM class of 2026, thank you. Whether you are here with us today or supporting us from afar, this moment belongs to you as much as it belongs to us. With such a privilege also comes responsibility. As we move on to the next chapter, whether back to our home countries or pursuing new opportunities here in the US, we carry with us more than just a degree. We carry the knowledge, the experiences, and the relationships we built here. Let us stay connected. Let us continue to learn from and support one another, and let us bring the same openness, curiosity, and respect we found here into our professional and personal lives. Because if this year has shown us anything, it is that the ability to understand and work with people from different backgrounds is not just valuable, it is essential. And if we made it through a Chicago winter together, I am very confident we can handle whatever comes next. Thank you. And now, will the LLM candidates please stand if you are able? Dean Clopton, members of the faculty, distinguished guests, friends, and family. It is my privilege and honor to introduce to you the 2026 candidates for Master of Laws in International Human Rights, Master of Laws in International Executive Master's Program, and Master of Laws in Taxation. LLM candidates now will proceed to stage to receive their hoods. Congratulations, class.
The candidates for the degree of Master of Laws to be hooded by Professors Steve Reed, Cliff Zimmerman, and Brian Silbernagel. Valeria Constanza Leal Cornejo. Monica Saucedo Luna. Alejandro Velasco Barredo. Huiying Lu, Win Wen Wu, An Tzu Zhang. Xiaolong Yi, Xinrong Yin, Yan Lei, Libo Wang, Hai Kuo Hao, Ziyu Jian. Ruo Yao Li, Zhu Cheng Ye, Maki Hiyajo, Yuichi Suzuki, Masaya Goto, Yueyan Liu, Zaijun Dong, Philip Ruchti Baltensberger, Jia Yu Ming, Julia Maria Tsuder, Ulysses Casanova Romualdo, Yue Zhao, Xiang Li, Mazen Khalid Al Gublan, Saleh Hamdan Alomari, Hao Dong Li, Juan Wang, Haoran Han, Zufan Fei, Hao Dai, Yan Hui Song, Xinbei Zhu, Kuxin Tong, Hui Wei, Shuo Jai, Jade M. Toledano, Ann Martina Simovart, Aliyah Zion Mitwani, Gabriela G. Georgieva, Fernanda Callas Villas Boas de Carvalho, Maria Clava Chavez Maciel, Mariana Matos Guzman, Maria Jose Mora, Isabella Vittoria Koshiyama de Freitas, Luis Felipe Bueno Sima, Jessica Kaori Konishi, Yutong Lin, Christina Giselle Speicher Mendiola. Ting Yu Chen. Wan Lun Ho. Yun Chen Chen. Jia Shan Chu. Yu Ting Hung. Zhongyin Zhang. Shitsuen Shu. Jiabao Peng. Li Song Chen. Yaun Zhang. Danshi Liet. Yueyin Zhou. Zutong Li. Abi Diop. Jessica Bierwert. Shungshu Mao. Abdulaziz Mohammed Al-Rashad. Valeria Kutolenk-Riba. Ana Isabel Echeverria Ortez. Maria Amalia Bambach-Biel. Jonah Eloriaga Hidalgo. Daniela de Anda Usabiaga. Luca Morelli Griselli. Alonso Salinas Dominguez. Rodrigo Pumian. Florencia Madariaga Guillen. Andres Centeno Oces. Rodrigo Ramos Hopkins. Mauricio Dominguez Corona. Yukiya Oji. Takehiro Yagi. Jae-Yong Luo. Haruka Akino. Jingyi Hu. Paula Catalina Benavides Navas. Xingwun Zhuo. Unxia Ji. Xinyu Liu. Sophia Ortuzar. Daniel Curie Brenna. Sergio Martinez Lara. Gustavo Nabil Abdallah. David Guaquil Raful. Claudio Diaz Maciel. Santiago Puente Fernandez. Shutsu Dong. Wenlong Ma. Jaime Deschamps Ibanez. Yimeng Ling. Rui Shi. Talin Sana. Shuo Wang. Maimuna Coulibaly. Andrea Carolina Vargas. Julieta Behar Luna. David H. Graf von Spee. Katharina Sophie Hengst. Munghan Lai. Somel Tongaukur. Tanvi Joshi. PM Mamon. Jiawei Yu. Tsiwei Qian. Ruizi Zhang. Zhehan Bao. Mung Chao Ma. Shui Ying Ling. Nuo Chen. Shi Ju. Zihui Pan. Okay. Takahiro Ogawa, walking with Mare. Jose Miguel Gonzalez, walking with Agustin and Tomas. Jun Chui, walking with Jihao. Letizia Maria Breitenbach, hooded by Joseph Seliga. The candidates for the degree of Master of Laws and International Human Rights, to be hooded by Professors Priyanka Motaparthi, Neha Jain, and Sarah Dorman. Zuhal Sahibzada, Asya Karimi, Bade LDC Wishka Tilakaratna, Tiffany Jinman Hoi, Yun Shen, Mohammed Qasim Sheikh. Prabhat Chetri. The candidates for the degree of Master of Laws in Taxation. To be hooded by Professors Genevieve Tokic, Paul Pensack, and Philip Postlethwaite. Mustafa Entazar, Troy J. Chinisi, Wei Hao Zhang, Ian Micah Reddick, Francis Edward Lim, Alexander John Lee. Caden S. Pruitt, Francisco L. Macias Jr., Gary Yaniela Lopez Perea, Jonathan Fong Lu, Mariana Alexandra Quadra, Alyssa Hawthorne,
Do not say this.
Catherine Roberts, Dalen Lastre, Yinchi Je, Eleanor Page Duffield, Christian Z. Sandor, Tien E. Yi, Akshay Satagopan, Madison Rose Smith, Rawi Patsagorn Shai Paroan, Jessica I. Handy Burris, Aaron Michael Ventura, Jaime Andres Ayala Carrascal, Sang-woo Kim, walking with Roy. Valeria N. Zerbo, walking with Zara. Irene Y. Park, hooded by Jimmy Podolny. End of the Master of Laws in Taxation. The candidates for the degree of Master of Laws Executive Program, Madrid, to be hooded by Professors Jim Lupo, Steve Reed, and Eugenia Castellon. Diana Madrigal Marin. Maria Jose Butzio Aguilera. Manuel Brogli. Miguel Concha Fuentes. Alexander David Klein. Tanya Saria. Jessica Mejia Franco. Pari Nuralizade. Luciana Maria Palomino Basurto. Rafaela Gomez Barbosa. Maria Dolores García de los Huertos Sánchez. Ana Cristina Flores. Andres Lea Plaza. Ezequiel Ignacio Politi. Madeline Castro Tavera. Leslie Chavez. Fernanda Jimena Salas Becerra. Jessica Ninarola Tapias, walking with Nicholas Galford. Maria Sanchez Escobar, walking with Lorenzo Romero Sanchez. End of the Master of Laws Executive Program, Madrid.
Please join me in congratulating the 2026 candidates for Master of Laws, Master of Laws in International Human Rights, Masters of Law, International Executive Master's Program, and Masters of Laws in Taxation. It's now my honor to invite Susie Spies-Roth, Northwestern BA 2001, JD 2006, Associate Dean and Dean of Students, to the stage.
Let's hear it again for the truly incomparable Northwestern Law Class of 2026. You did it! Woohoo! Today is a special day for you. Today, you all take your first step on your professional path, and the future is open to countless possibilities. There are those of you in the audience who know exactly where you want to go and exactly how fast you want to get there. And others of you who maybe aren't so sure and will stop to smell the flowers along the way. But that path, your path, will take you to incredible, challenging, beautiful, heart-wrenching, and unforgettable places. You might not know, but today is also an important day for me. 20 years ago, I know, almost to the day, I celebrated my NLaw graduation. And oh, I love the applause. Yes, thank you, I graduated. And oh, what a journey it has been. 20 years ago, I would log onto my desktop computer and check to see if I had any new Facebook friend requests. They had just expanded beyond college students. I'd grab my wallet, making sure I had enough cash, like actual paper money, to splurge on a coffee, and I'd drive to school, taking the only route I knew, irrespective of the traffic that may lay ahead. I'd open my pink flip phone to tell a friend that I was running late, a text which would take me 15 to 20 minutes to send as I mashed buttons 470,000 times to get to the right letter. But perhaps more importantly, today I celebrate 20 years of being a proud member of the Northwestern Pritzker Law alumni community. And today, I get to welcome all of you to this magical herd of Wildcats. You are now officially in the same club as some of the most brilliant, hardworking, and tenacious advocates and professionals in the world. Let that sink in for a moment. The law school that you have called home for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, or more years has graduated some truly inimitable individuals. A Supreme Court justice, state governors, sports team owners, former White House consuls, and the mayor of Cincinnati. Young people, Google it. So yeah, don't Google it right now though. Listen. So yeah, that's a lot of famous people, sure. And they all proudly hold the title of Northwestern Law alum, a title which is now bestowed upon each of you. When I was in your shoes, all of those accomplishments and roles and successes felt so out of reach. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do with my law degree or what I wanted to be when I grew up, but I felt pretty confident Senator Durbin was not going to come knocking on my door to tell me the president had nominated me to the Supreme Court. The reality is that success is not linear, and there is not just one universal definition of success. It took me a few years to find my way back home to Northwestern. Can confirm no one nominated me to become a SCOTUS justice. We truly don't know what lies ahead, but because you have the strength of your NLaw education behind you and the strength of our alumni community by your side, you are destined for great things. How do I know this? Because when I gaze out into this sea of purple, I'm reminded of the colleagues with whom I graduated. I'm sure you all remember the old adage about law school, look to your left, look to your right, at least one of you is not going to be here at the end of the year. That is not the case here. Look to your left. That person might be a newly appointed judge on the Northern District of Illinois. Look to your right. You're sitting next to the U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Pennsylvania. Behind you is the head of a Supreme Court practice at a large law firm. Behind them is a renowned physician who went to medical school after earning their degree. Look 3 rows ahead. You'll see a famous podcast host and law professor. There are people here who, 20 years hence, will be partners at law firms, leaders in corporations, CEOs of startups, general counsels of film production companies and candy companies, change makers, people who've started their own firms, and people leading critically important legal services nonprofits. And were I not on a tight timeline, the list will go on and on and on. 20 years from now, you will think back on your days at NLaw and remember fondly your time here, even the late nights, the stressful days, and the exhaustion, or at least I do, kind of a little, I do. You have learned to write, think, and speak in a completely novel way. Your brain has been forever altered for the better. And so you're welcome that you will rarely, if ever, lose an argument to someone who did not study at a law school. But most of all, I hope you'll imagine yourself back in this very room, looking to your left, looking to your right, and celebrating the accomplishments of all of your colleagues and yourself. Your path from this day forward, whether you decide to take the highway or meander along the floral scenic route, is one that is paved in purple. It is a path that will lift you up, guide you, and support you. And I cannot wait to see where it takes you. Welcome to the family, graduates. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Susie. We now invite the entire class of 2028 to stand. 2026. I'm glad no one stood, the class of 2026. It is my distinct honor to present to you the Northwestern Pritzker School of Law class of 2026. Graduates, today marks the end of your time as a student, but also begins your time as a member of the exclusive community of Northwestern alumni. And as an alum, you will always have a home in our Northwestern Pritzker Law family. As you navigate your careers in the years ahead, we are here to support you. And we hope that you will be there for the next generation of students. Finally, let me say a word as a professor, though I think this applies to anyone who has been a part of your journey to get here. As many of you know, at the conclusion of every semester, I end my classes with a little speech where I take the professor's privilege to offer some advice and sum things up. I always end those speeches with the phrase, "Please stay in touch." And I want you to know, I really mean it. We really mean it. As you take the next steps forward, please know that we are all so proud of you. So congratulations again to the class of 2026, and please stay in touch.